Okay, this is part 2 to my update on my herpes. I just want to talk about one of the severe symptoms you could get from herpes. And when I was at my uncle's house, but now I'm not. I'm at my god brother's house. When I was at my uncle's house, I had this severe headache. Um, right after I found out I officially had herpes, I was so sad. And all I know, I was just like looking up all the symptoms of herpes, what to be precaution of, like how to handle certain things around places. And I happened to stumble across like what happened if you have children, and it was so heroic because all these individuals that I looked up, it was like bad cases of like mistakenly kissing your children, and they caught herpes. It was sad how they couldn't properly touch and hold the kids, and I'm like, wow. I was like, extremely sad because I believe if I was to have a child, that someone would basically, honestly, I believe they would just set me up and said that I did, kiss my child on the face, and I honestly didn't. Um, it's just how I feel. That's why I was, dramatically sad at that moment. And all of a sudden, I felt this severe headache from nowhere. And my brain just started hurting so bad. And then I found out that that is one of the symptoms of herpes. Death. It could, you know, tamper with your brain. Um, and give you these sort of headaches, these severe aches in your head. So I was sad about finding that out that I could, die from herpes. Knowing that I immediately got even more sad about it, but still, I was going through this pain. And, I could have went to the hospital, but I just said, let's just wait and see if it goes away itself. Um, because sometimes I just don't have, you know, sometimes I just don't have the way to come back home. I'm gonna have to probably like walk sometimes. So I just didn't want to go to the hospital. Um, I had to walk back like late. I don't know what time I had that attack, but it was a side attack. Um, but I know sometimes they make sure you have bus for everything. But I was just, too sad. I just didn't want to deal with attacks. Let me just say that. I don't know what my excuse was not to go. Maybe I just didn't want to deal with attacks that day because, you know, there, like I said, there are attacks outside and there's attacks inside. There's no favoritism of what place I get attacked at. I really. So yeah, I just probably just didn't want to deal with attacks. I just want to keep it inside the house. But like, it was so sad that who's mad at me for being sad about my child. I saw these sad pictures online of their child being sick over herpes mistakenly. Um, and God bless their soul. I wish for the best for them. Herpes is, you know, a journey. Like I said before, it takes like 6 months to get over herpes. That's what I found out doing research. Like I said before, it gets really sad. I'm panicking because I'm human. I have to tell you that some people already do inside. I do inside too. I panic inside and act like everything is okay too, but or maybe forget sometimes. But you can't really with herpes. That's why I'm honestly gonna say it now. I think herpes is worse than HIV. That's how I feel inside. Um, I just think it's worse than HIV. I'm gonna explain that in another video. Right now, I'm just gonna talk about this symptom and how it can become dangerous. Um, when I found out it was definitely involved with herpes, I just, immediately thought that, it's worse than AIDS. Besides whatever information that I'm about to show you in the next video. Um, this is how I feel. And I'm gonna explain that in my next video how I feel about it being worse than HIV. But we all could get through it. Like if you can have kids with herpes, like dealing with herpes, you can always adopt. And you like me, like I always like I can't adopt. I am nice. Like I said before in my other video, I wanted to adopt two disabled children. I wanted them to stay together, two brothers. Um, but I didn't have. I had to move out of my ex-boyfriend, but like now my life just did a whole turn. So I just wanted not well, one of them was disabled, one of them was. I just wanted them to be together, and then my life took a big turn, and now everything is just different. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with adoption. There's nothing wrong with just being with God. Like I said in my other video that's on Instagram, I would love to be a nun. I think it's no problem being a nun. I could just be alone. But my life is so demonic. I don't know if I should be a nun based off of my trauma. I'm not sure. But I would like to be a nun. I can be. I'm nice. But yeah, but I just can't believe that the nice person, like one of the nice people ever in the whole universe, have to have like herpes. I'm not understanding it. Like the way I had it, contracted it, it leaves me guessing like, is that God or is that, a demon plan from out of hell, from Lucifer or someone else? Like you can't even know for sure because, like I said in another video, you don't really have a corporate, you don't have a person to speak to and talk to. You just out on a mission, just like a mystery for the rest of your life until you bring forensic science in. Because I don't know what store or place gave me, herpes, and I don't want to look like I'm deranged going back in there or be like under pressure going back into a spot where they don't like me at, and it's kind of wrong or all the way wrong to just be in the same place. I think that's sad too. And wrong. I'm just thinking, it's so sad. But like it's even more sadder that someone was giving me severe headaches to being sad about the loss of me having a official baby myself through my motherhood. It's very sad and it means a lot to me. I'm not like a type of woman that don't want kids. I won't ever be. But yeah, but they have like adoption. The realistic dolls are, nice to get to. I might get a realistic doll. I don't know. In case I'm like needing to do motherhood and feel too alone, I might just do that. But this is like my perspective. Um, Maybe I'm just panicking too much. I'm human. Everybody has their own, and I wish them the best. And God is enough. If you're gonna do something like this, any sort of forced it in diseases, God is enough. Christ is enough. But like I said before, He don't just want us to be alone, but to experience, being with Him entirely is good too. It's enough. So yeah, check out my next video. Enjoy your life. Better today.